Hola, amiga. Let's make cortadillo. These remind me of like the frosted animal cookies. I'll post a little picture here on the screen so you guys know which ones. Like, but it's a cake. So we're going to start off with 6 room temperature eggs. Room temperature is key. Everything liquid has to be room temperature, and you're going to see why in a minute. All right, so here are 6 room temperature eggs, 2 cups of sugar. I'm using the Zuka brand, which is like a raw sugar, not processed. We're going to cream those together on a medium high speed, not heat. And we're going to grab 2 tablespoons of vanilla, preferably clear vanilla because it turns your bread a little bit more on the brown side, but I didn't realize I was out of my clear vanilla. Now we're going to melt 3 sticks of butter, and you want to melt them in the microwave in small increments of like 20 seconds so the butter doesn't get hot. You just want it warm and melted. Okay, now we're adding it to the egg, and now we're adding milk. 1 cup of milk. We're adding it to the liquid. So there's egg, there's butter, there's vanilla, there's milk. All right, now we're grabbing our dry ingredients. So it's 3 cups of all-purpose flour sifted, and I'm sifting it, and then I'm doing my baking powder in between 2 cups. So here's 2 cups. Now I'm sifting in 2 tablespoons of baking powder, and now the last cup of, there was like a little chunk of baking powder, and the last cup of flour. And we're going to slowly add that in. I made a mess here, so definitely stop your mixer and add it in. Don't be me, okay? Because I make messes. It's kind of what I do. She's so messy. She's a cook. Or I'm a baker. Ooh, she can bake. All right, so we're going to mix it all in. Here I am adding it. See, that's where I made the mess. I should have stopped it, but me being huevoncita, I was like, no, let's keep going. All right, now we're going to add the last bit of the dry flour mixture, and we're going to mix it until it's all incorporated, and it's a thick cake batter. You know what a cake batter looks like? That's exactly what it should feel like and look like. I actually didn't film myself pouring it. Oh, and I'm adding some yellow food coloring to make my cake batter a little bit more on the yellow side because the vanilla made it a little bit more on the brown side. So you don't have to do that. I did because I wanted it to look yellow. All right, now we're just cleaning the edges, getting all the flour off the edge. And because I didn't film myself pouring it into a greased cake pan, I did a greased cake pan with parchment paper at the bottom, and we're going to throw it in the oven at 350 degrees for 40 minutes, okay? If you check it at 40 minutes and it's still sticky or still liquidy in the center, add it for another 5 minutes and do it in 5-minute increments. I hate the edge pieces, and I wanted everybody to get a centerpiece, so I cut out the edges. Yum. I don't know if I actually posted this video on somewhere because somebody just commented that I love this cake. So, all right, so we're cutting out the edges. Yes, edges, all the edges, cut them out. And we're going to throw it back in our cake pan. And I let it cool down. So it's a little warm, but more on the cool side, room temperature. Now we're going to make the frosting. So for frosting, we're going to need 2 cups of powdered sugar or confectioner sugar, whatever sugar that is white that you have, okay? All right, and we're going to start adding our flavoring. I wanted it to taste like cotton candy, so I added cotton candy flavoring. And I'm adding bright pink food coloring. And we're going to slowly mix it, and we're going to add in a tablespoon of milk, whole milk, at a time until it gets to the consistency you like. I over added milk. I just went a little wild with the milk. I wanted it extra milky, and then I was like, no, it's too much milk. So I had to add a little more sugar. You can do that, but you want it to like be like almost like quicksand, like hard but soft, and it levels itself out. All right, here I am adding more because it was too liquidy. And if it's too liquidy, what happens is it doesn't look bright pink and opaque, and you'll see what you want it to look like in a minute. You guys, I still haven't gotten used to like speaking English because I was in Mexico. So I'm like, my mind is thinking Spanish and my mouth is speaking English. Like, I've never been this confused. All right, taste it. Make sure it's quality control. We got a little quality control test there. It was delicious. So we were like, yes, it's ready. We're going to stop it. And We're going to clean the edges, make sure all that sugar, none of it crystallized. And we're going to pour it on top of our cake. Here's the consistency you want. You want it to be opaque. So you want it to not be like clear. And you want it to like smooth itself. So like when I pour it on, instantly it starts to level itself. That is the consistency you're looking for. Now this frosting does get hard. It's like a royal icing. So you want to make sure that you work fast and that you don't overly move around your cake. You don't want it to start breaking, okay? So just kind of let the frosting do its thing. Here I am frosting my pastelito, my cortadillo. So good. What's your favorite pan dulce? Like, have you ever had pan dulce? Should we make more pan dulces? Like, I'm not a baker, but I can bake, if that makes sense. Like, I don't like baking, but I will bake. All right, so here I am frosting my cake. And there it is. It looks beautiful. Now we're going to grab our sprinkles and we're going to pour some sprinkles on it. We're going to put sprinkles all over it. This is what makes me have like all the childhood like love in the world and like all those childhood feelings. There's my cake. It looks so pretty. And I forgot to record myself cutting it. So I cut it. Here's a piece up close. It looks perfect. I love it. And I'm going to start wrapping them in wax paper and putting them on my little cake dish that's covered. Oh, it's so fluffy. You see that? Did you see that? The only thing I want squeezed like that is my cake, not my lonjas. Oh my gosh. With a cold glass of milk or some cafecito con leche, please tell me if you guys make this cake. It's actually really easy to make and your kids are going to love it. It literally looks like a party. Like, I want to have a party to serve this cake. It's all gone now, by the way. I made it 3 days ago, and it's all gone. My son said he got sick because he ate 2 pieces. So he's like, I ate 2 pieces all at once, and they're big pieces. He's like, my stomach hurt. I was like, yeah, that's what you get for being goloso. All right, so I'm going to show you guys how I store my cake and how beautiful my cake looks. And I hope you guys try my recipes. I hope you guys enjoy them, at least watching them, and like and comment and tell me what you think. Bye. Las quiero un chingo. Bye.